Welcome to Seedful Hamsters. Today I'm going to be attempting a long-awaited but much-needed project of organizing all my hamster stuff. Without even realizing it, I acquired quite the collection of hamster supplies. Some I love, some I don't, and some waiting for a future hamster. Let's see what kind of hidden treasures we can unearth today.
Okay, so I just realized I had been filming me moving Nibbler over to Cordelia's old cage, and he has been enjoying it greatly. He's been digging up a storm and all kinds of stuff. But as I was doing this, I realized that my hamster room needs like a major overhaul because I have a lot of hamster supplies all over the place, and I need to basically go through them, figure out what I'm keeping, what I'm not keeping, and just kind of at least sort it out so it has some semblance of normalcy. Plus, when I was moving the cage, of course, I got bedding all over the place. So here's the remainder of the bedding. I'm actually going to reuse some of that to put more into Nibby's cage because it's kind of settled now. And he's moved things around, and he's moved some of the... Oh, it's really hard to see because of the sun glare. But he's moved a lot of this around, and he needs more bedding in there, so I'm going to do that. But anyway, I have this drawer here that I've started emptying out, and actually had some hamster stuff and some craft stuff that I had. So I'm going to move that stuff. And I think I'm going to move it to my storage room in the basement. I have like jewelry making stuff. I have like those little perler beads, which are super fun. And I love doing those things. Maybe I'll do a hamster one. That would be fun. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today, is just kind of organizing. And I may take little videos as I go through because it's really hard to film and organize at the same time, or at least for me. Okay, this is just a small sample of all the supplies I have, all the things I have. I don't even know where to start on this. I'm going to try to organize these drawers. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to put all my little wood stuff in here, so all my bendy bridges. This one I haven't even opened yet. All my little snacks and herbs and chew toys in here, something like that. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but that's my start. Okay, in this lower drawer, I have some orchard grass hay, some of the aspen shavings that I have left over, a little bit of clean and cozy left here, and my bag of Repti sand. This is just, I've decided because the sand is so heavy that I'm just going to put the bedding, the leftover bedding, in this drawer. So I can still get to it, but it's put away and not like scattered all over my room. I guess this is going to be my DIY drawer. I have some aquarium sealant, silicone sealant in here. I have my zip ties for making bin cages. I have some gloves which actually came with the Night Angel enclosures. They actually give you a pair of gloves. So I was just like, well, I'll just keep them just in case. Maybe I have a bitey hamster or something. I don't know. My little, what you call these holder things? I don't know. They're the things you use to mallet together the little divider things, like the CNC dividers. So I just have those there with the mallet just so I can never lose it. Extra silicone bands. See how many you get? That's just one extra package for the Night Angel cage. So people that are like, oh my god, the bands break. Well, they give you 1,000,000 of them. I have so many of them, actually, like that I have more in here, too. This is like my little hamster toolbox. I have like my sanding little drill bits for, again, making bin cages. A ruler so I can tell how far apart I want to make the holes. Sandpaper that Night Angel gives you with a lot of their stuff. And so I just keep the extra in case I need it. Stuff like that in there. I have like my little eek. Here we go. These are to cut the twist the zip ties when I put them on the bin cage. So these are just like, I bought this little tool bag for like $5, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put all my hamster stuff in here, so that when I go to make a bin cage, I just like grab it and go. The only thing I don't have in here is the Dremel, because technically that's the hubby's. So then I have a bunch of little tea light cups things that I bought in a pack of 20 that I use for the hamsters to drink out of. So I think this is just going to be my DIY drawer. So I'm putting all my little kind of naturalistic pieces in here. It's got an extra cork log, which I haven't. I'll probably put this in someone's cage, but for the time being, I just sanitized it and put it back in here. I have an extra coconut half, which I find is a little bit too small for the Syrians. But, you never know. I might someday get a dwarf or a robo. So I decided to keep it. And then some random little cork pieces, which I got these kind of on a whim to see if the hamsters would chew on them. Haven't really found much occasion for it, but maybe I'll just use it as like decoration. I don't know. They have, every time I've adopted hamsters, they've a lot of times come with these weird things. It's like I guess it's supposed to be kind of like a tunnel, but I find that they don't really stand up very well. So I don't use them a whole lot. Sometimes I put them out in the playpen. So this is also could be considered like the playpen stuff. A few extra willow houses. I bought, I think, in a pack of 3. And I'm only currently using one of them. Some extra bendy bridges. A very long bendy bridge that I haven't used. A very tall bendy bridge, which I haven't decided to use yet. Some extra legs. I'm trying to remember. I think I bought these separately. And I don't remember what I bought them for, to be honest. But I have them just in case I need them. I think maybe I bought them just in case they ran out of stock. I have an extra platform in here, which I'm not using currently. I have a million of these Night Angel dishes that came with stuff. And I think these are leg extenders, this package right here. Again, I think I bought them because Night Angel stuff tends to go out of stock really quick. So I just buy things preemptively. It's a little piece of shale that I picked up. I thought this was kind of cool. It might be a nice little addition to somebody's maybe sand bath or something to scrape their paws on. It's kind of nice, actually. But my only concern was a little bit of the rough edges. But they're not too sharp. And it's easily breakable. But anyway, it's kind of a cool little piece I just picked up and I sanitized. And I just thought, oh, I'll keep that in case I need a piece of rock for some reason. These actually, I think, are intended to be chew toys. I think they're like balsa wood. But then I kind of decided, well, maybe I'll keep them in case I need like some legs or something. Because, I mean, they're not super hard, but they're not super soft either. So I just bought these at Pet World in Natick. So anyway, that's my naturalistic drawer. So this is the topmost drawer. It's also the smallest drawer in here. So I decided I was going to use these for like my little herbal treats, and I got these at Pet World. They're like little pieces of corrugated cardboard. And I was thinking I could use these to put like little seeds in as like little boredom breakers. So I might poke some holes in this and use those. I bought a few of those. They were really cheap. I think they were like, I don't know, 50 cents or something. And I figured, why not? But you hardly ever find little... I'm sure you could probably get this at a packing store somewhere, but I was like, these are just nicely sized, and I was there, so... little wicker balls. I don't even remember what this kind is, but I bought those, and they've just kind of been sitting here. I need to probably throw them in, but I'm not the biggest fan of these, to be honest. I don't really find the hamsters enjoy them all that much. Sometimes I use them as boredom breakers. I'll put stuff inside them, like a treat inside, but then they just destroy them, and then it's like gone. So, bunch of apple chew sticks, willow sticks, things like that. Some herbs and treats and things that I bought a while ago. My one last remaining walnut. Somebody's gonna get this. I don't know who. I had an uneven amount. A little bit of baby food, just in case I need an emergency baby food or something. I actually don't really like these all that much. Most of the time when I use baby food, I use the little jars, and I'll just dip out a tiny little bit on a spoon and let them lick it off the spoon. But I saw this and I was like, why not? Some little cotton Q-tips. I figured I'd have those on hand just in case I need to clean something, or those are really good for like cleaning tight knit spaces, or for possibly hamster first aid. I just had some, so I was like, okay, well, let me put it in here. So that's like my top drawer. I think it's mostly going to be snacks and chews, which makes me realize I need more snacks and chews, clearly, because my drawer is kind of empty. But, oh, and these herbs, I actually got these also from Pet World and Natick. These are local herbs. They are from Sherborne, Mass, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty neat, and I like to support local businesses. So that chamomile is almost out, and I have some dandelion leaf as well. Again, it's more for just smells. I don't know that the hamsters really eat them all that much, but they might nibble on them from time to time. But I just like sprinkling them in the cage. So, but I'm gonna get some more next time I'm there. Different kinds, I think. One thing I found as I was cleaning is the critical care for omnivores. You can buy this online, which is significantly cheaper. So if you have a sick hamster who is having trouble eating regular food and needs a little bit more calories because they're losing weight, this is a good thing to have on hand. I actually bought this from the vet because I didn't have time to wait for it to come in the mail, but they charged me like $30 for this tiny little package. And when you can get it online, I believe for $12.99. It was like $15, whatever it was. But I recommend having some of this on hand because it's good stuff. So this was my original, my OG bin cage. I have been using it to store hamster supplies in. That's the lid I made, which is kind of a little bit falling apart, and when I made this bin cage, I actually made it incorrectly, and the mesh should actually be flipped the other direction. That's why the lid is a bit warped, because it's bending it, but whatever. But it's the place that I have been storing my hamster supplies, and I've decided that I moved a lot of it into the brown drawer over there. So I moved that there. And now I'm just organizing things. So I decided to put these all in a box. shoebox. I have like a whole bunch of these little clay things because I had initially bought some little treat holders, and then I realized how stupid easy they were to make, and I was like, you know what, I should just make some of these myself. So I bought a few of these to do that. It's kind of cool. And then I bought actually a couple terracotta pots from the dollar store, and then I realized that these were too small for a Syrian. So, so maybe if I have a dwarf. And then I have some mason jars, which I have used to put like eco earth in, which again, a little too small for a Syrian. I mean, they can fit in there just fine. These are big fatties. But the thing that happens is they kick all the dirt out, and it kind of defeats the purpose of having it in a jar. This is my bottle cleaner. A few dishes, my measuring cups for various things that I use. A dollar store strainer, which my hubby actually, oops, can't see it, bent back the little strainer things. So it's all round, so it's a little easier to just be like, scoop. Although I'm not a big fan of the dollar store method because this mesh is very easy to separate from this. So like I had another one where the mesh separated, and that was all she wrote for that. So I threw that one out. But this one still is okay, so I'm keeping that. But I probably won't get any more. My room is kind of a wreck. And I need to clean it because I have been vacuuming out drawers. I have been doing all kinds of stuff. Actually, I didn't vacuum that much. I only vacuumed out a little section of a drawer because I didn't want to disturb the hammies too much. Because it is daytime. So, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to put my extra carriers in here. I have carriers up there. That stuff I have not yet cleaned, so I'm keeping it kind of away from everything else. And my carriers down there. And that doesn't even count the unopened one or Cordelia's, which I haven't cleaned out yet. So I think I'm going to put those in here and store them underneath because it's getting a little wild over there. I keep stacking things. That's actually our Christmas tree, which is not up yet. Oops. But we will need to get to it soon. And on top of that is the little blue playpen, which I bring out, which clearly I haven't brought out in a few days because it's piled under crap that I've been digging out. So yeah, but these, I think I keep this because A, it was my first bin, and B, it makes a very useful storage thing. So, and if I ever needed an emergency cage, this is probably what I would use. I would probably take everything out of this and use it as an emergency cage. So, but hopefully won't need that. And then when I make bin cages for when I rescue hamsters or something like that, I just go ahead and I make them a 50-gallon bin. I don't try to repurpose this one. I think I'll just keep this in case maybe, God forbid, I accidentally adopt a pregnant hamster or something and I need to separate the males and the females, or who knows. But hopefully that will never happen. Fingers crossed. But you never can tell. So anyway, that's my little bin. Okay, new plan. I could realistically only fit 3 of those in here, and I have a total of 5, and not including the unopened one. So I'm only going to put 2 in here. And then I'm going to put the extra wheel in here. This is the wheel I normally kind of keep for the playpen. However, it's pretty clean. Just wiped it down. So I'm probably going to just put it in storage. And then I'm going to clean this wheel. Which, by the way, look at that. I knocked over my sand. And good job me, because I did that. I tripped over it. So I'm probably going to use this extra wheel for Cordelia, or that Cordelia was using. Clean that really good. And use that as the playpen. And then put this one in storage. And probably at some point, either give it away or I don't know. I don't know if I would sell it. Usually I have a tendency to give things away. But anyway, so that's the new plan, and then I'm going to just put a few other little things in here that I need to store away. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've picked up everything off the floor, and the only thing I haven't done is vacuum. Kind of scraped up some of the sand that I spilled. But I won't vacuum until tonight because, as you can see, it's very bright and sunny out. But it is significantly cleaner than what it was, at least more organized anyway. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm one of those people that when I organize, I rip everything out and I make a mess, and then I put it all back, and then it's all very nice and clean. So tonight when vacuum, I'll kind of give you the final results here. But anyway, so and I also set up my scale. I had it set up, but it was kind of like not in a good place. But this one's really easy to use because you basically, I use a little metal dish. And the reason I use a metal dish is because it's very hard for a hamster to get a grip on this. And so I put it on there, and it's lightweight, so it's not heavy. It's like one of those little crappy aluminum ones. I'm pretty sure you could probably get something like this at Walmart or dollar store or something. And then this I think I bought online. It's just a little kitchen scale in grams. But I put it on here, and then you turn it on. It zeroes out with the scale on it, or with the bowl on it. So now when you put the hamster in, it will actually tell you the weight. And this one can switch from grams or ounces or pounds. So it has 3 different settings, which is kind of cool. But that's how I weigh my hamsters. I just plop them in and then get their weight. The only thing you have to be careful with this particular scale is that you do have to change the batteries kind of frequently, because if you don't, what you'll find is when you put the hamster in the bowl, it has a tendency to jump a lot more when the hamster is moving, weight-wise. Like, it gets confused. Like, it will say, like, 106 and then 120 or something. I found that out. But even when the hamster is moving, it should only vary just a few grams, like somewhere between like 135 and 138 based on the hamster's movement. So then I just take, I just say, okay, 136. I take the middle of the road approach and just kind of go with that, or the number that you see most often pops up on here. But anyway, that's just how I use this scale. I don't know if that's how everyone else does theirs, but this is what I found works for me. Okay, I have finished the cleanup. It's kind of miraculous how different it looks when you do a little cleaning. And I got my newly organized bin under there. Newly organized drawers. Very excited about. And now I'm getting ready to go clean up everybody's sandboxes and fill up their water bottles and all that good stuff. So, yay, all done.